I'd like to say good day and God's blessings to all the people of this territory. Today is another great day in the Virgin Islands, and I want to thank God for all the people of this territory, and may we continue to be strengthened in Him. Today is a very difficult day for me too to speak, because I have to actually speak for three persons: the Premier, Minister of Finance, and my good friend who's the 1st District Representative. But for this week, we have been signing construction contracts through the Recovery and Development Agency as we reboot and reawaken our economy following a pause that was driven by the COVID-19. As a territory, it is not easy, but we continue to hold our own. I strongly believe that better days are ahead, for we all know that deeply rooted in this territory are the prayers of our great and greater grandparents or ancestors who had a vision for us, their people. Just a few days ago, we were pleased through the RDA to sign contracts to rehabilitate and reconstruct public buildings like the Brigada Flax School in Virgin Gorda, the Flax Administration Building in Virgin Gorda, and the North Song Administration Building in Virgin Gorda. Well, clearly Virgin Gorda, you can see, is getting some TLC. And we'll continue to ensure that this TLC is shared and felt throughout each district in the Virgin Islands. Today we are here at another contract signing for the start of the works to get water to the reservoir and water system at Carrot Bay and Capoons Bay. And if I can just speak for my good friend as the 1st District Representative, I would say to God be the glory. Great things He has done. The acting CEO of the RDA said that what he was not able to do while he was PS for the people of Capoons Bay and Carrot Bay in the Ministry of Communications and Works, he would redeem himself now in this new regular, where we are living and working with COVID-19, with recovery on the move. So you have a lot before you, because no district must be left behind. And I know that you and your team have a lot of work to do between now and the next 24 months, including many other projects in this territory. And while you are down by Capoons Bay and Carrot Bay, please take a stop in by the West End Sofa's Whole Jetty. So I expect that to be one of the next projects coming out very soon. I want to say that a lot of work had to be placed on pause because of COVID-19. But we are now moving forward full speed ahead. The recovery projects are important, especially as we head into June, which signals the start of the hurricane season. I know that it is predicted to be active, but so is our God, who will continue to protect these beautiful Virgin Islands. I must say here thanks also to the Ministry of Finance, a very hard-working team under the Financial Secretary, Mr. Glenroy Fobb, but in particular the team under Dr. Drexel Glasgow, who have worked hard, very hard, tirelessly, with me making some tough decisions and moving forward, especially with this CDB loan, so that we would not just be paying interest anymore, but actually have physical projects out of that money. And I cannot leave from here without saying publicly, thank you, Dr. Glasgow and your team. I want to also thank the Minister of Works and his team, because when we had to reschedule and rearrange the projects, he popped up quick and he was shouting, don't forget me with my projects for the Ministry of Works. So he also had a very instrumental role in making sure some of the other infrastructural programs, especially dealing with making sure that our persons in the whole territory get water, that those projects came up to the top. So I want to also thank the Minister of Works and his team. I'm asking all the people of the British Virgin Islands to stay in prayer. I want us to petition God because we are in the hurricane season and we're getting there. And petition God and nothing will draw near or dwell in. And we ask God to build a shield around the territory and the people of these beautiful Virgin Islands, as He has always done, even with COVID-19. As you know, I am not only the Premier, as I said, but the 1st District Rep and the Minister of Finance. So can I tell you that water wars have existed for a while in the 1st District, so as other districts, but where the people have been constantly complaining about the lack of access to the public water supply. One lady even told me that it's a shame that I'm the Minister of Finance and we have these issues. So I can tell her now when I go home today to erase your shame and start to get your buckets to put away. Because the water after these reservoirs are fixed by a capable contractor that won the bid in terms of upland construction. We'll get the reservoirs fixed and the minister will have water flowing through the taps because now we will have access to it. So this is good news for the people of the 1st District who have seen many projects started with the water wars over the years to fix them, but they never came to an amicable end. But this time, I'm confident with all the players in terms of the RDA and Dr. Glasgow, the Minister of Transportation, and we have Upland Construction who won the bid. It wasn't given to him. And I know this is a press conference, but I need to take some time with this. There's a process that's involved. And they are out to bid, they're in the newspapers, and you have to bid. It is in the national funding. And you have to make sure you abide by the rules. So whatever contractor that you see signing these contracts, there was no political favor. There was no interference. The RDA and the Ministry of Finance with Dr. Glasgow, the processes were transparent, and they won the bid. What you should be thanking the government for, and not looking to cost us for those who seem to get more than one, is that at least we've been fighting so that the local contractors can get it. And I feel good when one of our contractors can get these contracts who are local. I do not study and care about the political party. We are all Virgin Islanders. We are all part of Team BVI. So my first and only fight has been with the international forums. And even when I spoke with RDA, is to make sure, without breaking the rules, that all people are the ones who have an opportunity to get these contracts. And can I tell you that there are training seminars, which I'll get to in a little while, that every single contractor in the Virgin Islands can attend and help their own self to be qualified. So today signals yet another victory for the BVI as we steadily move forward with our hurricane recovery efforts from 2017, but now with $40 million worth of construction projects under the RDA. In the latter part of 2019, the House of Assembly approved a revised recovery to development plan to separate recovery from development and assign the recovery matters to the RDA in order to allow a more focused RDA. I continue to be happy to see that the CDB loan funding is actively being used to jumpstart the construction industry. Our people can do the work, and all we have to do is give them an inch so that they can take it the mile and more. I thank the people of the Virgin Islands for your commitment. The CDB loan is the people of the BVI's loan. It is your money because it is your money you borrowed from the bank through the government, and it is the money that you must repay. Remember, the government got this loan on your behalf to rebuild this territory following the hurricanes of 2017. So we will push together and make sure that we make BVI a place that reap great returns so that generations can pay back this loan without struggling. I thank the entire team at RDA for pushing forward the people's agenda and making sure that the BVI, though in a catastrophic zone, can rebuild in a marked and special way. Mr. McMaster remain laser focused, and I congratulate you and your team, sir. And I urge you to remain laser focused, you and your team. As part of the Premier's office team, a lot will be expected. We are driving the prosperity of this territory, and we will do it together. The BVI's recovery from the 2017 hurricanes are in our hands. So let us get the projects going. Get the people walking. Get the money circulating. And get our people involved, reminding them that what they do now is for the generations to come. As our junior minister of tourism always say, I am part of the puzzle, you are part of the puzzle, we all are part of the puzzle. And once we come together and fit our parts in the right place, we're going to paint a beautiful picture of prosperity, respect, and great things that will make our foreparents proud of what we have done in the British Virgin Islands. So I have all confidence in my people, for we have shown with the borders closed and several preventative measures in place to protect ourselves, especially against COVID-19, that we are doing well. And when we look at what we have done with COVID-19 versus larger countries and even smaller countries, it is not to brag, it's to thank God for what He has allowed us to do, because we are doing well. But it shows the quality, the tenacity, the perseverance of our people. And this we are seeing even amongst us in the construction industry, through the RDA, and many other facets of government or border control in many other areas. Together, we'll continue our drive as a government to accelerate transformation for resilience and sustainability, embracing smart strategies and green development, while at the same time creating opportunities for empowerment of our people. The future and prosperity of the Virgin Islands are in our hands. Let us continue to lead our economy fearlessly. We will continue to fix this territory district by district. So I look forward to the work of the RDA in addressing the public infrastructure. As the Minister of Finance, Mr. McMaster, I want to remind the RDA team to please set strict conditions around these projects. I want you to ensure accountability, and not that you have not been doing so before, but I want you to ensure accountability at all times and transparency to show the world that we can police ourselves and that we do not need to be policed by others. I encourage you to ensure that this project represents value for money and transparency in every facet of how the project is carried. To the contractor, gentlemen, Mr. Crabb and Mr. Crabb, I want to say congratulations. You have worked hard, you have attended the seminars, you continue to raise your construction company along with other construction companies here in the BVI to another level. And what I love about you raising your profile is that you continue to do it with integrity, along with the others that have signed this week and others who have tendered and have not won the bid. It shows that we have contractors here of great class, skills, and will be able, as Mr. McMaster rightfully said, very soon to export your talents and go and do major projects abroad. So that is where the future of the BVI will be. And we must celebrate these contractors because they have to put up bonds, they have to do a lot of things in order to even bid, taking a chance if they don't win to lose money. So people always see the glory, but they don't know your story. And we have to get out of the mentality in the BVI of wishing people well, and when they start to do well, doing a well for them to go in, so hopefully they go to hell. We have to come out of that mentality and celebrate the success of our people. Because the more each of us rise, then the more we rise. And that is the mentality as your Premier that we'll be carrying forward. And we intend to bring everyone along with us. Because no one is going to pull us in their storm. We're going to bring them into our calm. So I congratulate you very much there from Auckland. And I do like his face mask with the flags. There on it, it shows your true pride for the BVI. So I want to say that we are gradually opening up our internal economy and be mindful that we are not out of the woods. And I want to stress that. All that we are doing with reopening the economy, reawakening the economy, rebooting the economy is solely hinged on the progress that we make with health, with dealing with mitigating the COVID-19. So let's continue to practice social distancing. This may seem simple, but it is the one crucial area that will allow our economy to reopen. Wearing the mask, of course, from your nose down to your mouth, not the other one. And making sure that we wash our hands, especially businesses and even with the construction industry. I want to reiterate that everyone listening and everyone here that every time you wear your mask out in public, you're playing a vital role in revitalizing our economy. Every time you make sure that you sanitize your hands, even home and when you get in a business place and when you leave, you are playing your role in revitalizing and rebooting our economy. And every time you go in lines anywhere, even if it's to get fish, and you stay 6 feet apart, you are playing your role with revitalizing and rebooting our economy. There's no magic wand that's going to be waved here to deal with COVID-19. It's going to be around for a little while. So any leader that is leading hope that is disappearing is fooling their people. We have to now come up with methods and measures to cope and to live through it, which is what we are doing with the social distancing. So I want every contractor and everyone to know that you are playing an important role, even when you are doing all the social distancing, which you have started today with the mask, especially that it has on the BVI flag. And I want to say that you are key partners or contractors in rebuilding the BVI. One of the main ways we're going to rebuild our economy is through construction. And we're going to be giving out more and more incentives in a short while, not only for the contractor, but for those who want to get involved in building. You'll be hearing about those very soon. So as a territory, we are bound to the provisions agreed in any international loan funding. And however your government seen the disparaging in what could occur with international companies coming to BVI and winning all the contracts, as I said before, we made special provisions for bids to be set aside for competitive bidding by locally registered companies. Despite this provision, international procurement rules must be followed. The onus is on the local companies, the local contractors, to engage quantity surveyors, engineers, architects, and project managers, and disciplines necessary to give them a competitive edge. You cannot do the same old things and expect new results. This is a new era. It's a new regular. And we are asking our contractors to step up to the plate. But not only that, we are making sure that all the seminars needed to get you to the next level are being offered, and most times free of charge. You just have the will, need the will to attend. From our entry into office as a government, we instructed the RDA to conduct training sessions for the local contractors on how to competitively bid on projects and qualify for any project that come on the forefront in the Virgin Islands, so that local contractors can have an opportunity to participate and bid on projects. That's why I want to make it clear that the government of the Virgin Islands is not a part of the procurement, bidding, or contract awarding process. All that is done through the RDA with absolutely no government involvement, and the CDB has its stipulations as well for how contracts are awarded. RDA and CDB has been targeting capacity building through training of our local contractors because they were concerned that a minuscule number of contracts were submitting bids for certain specialized projects. These trainings are important as our local people can serve as a key component with ensuring the proper development of this territory. And I recognize here, and I take this time to educate our public on these things. Because we are human and we hear a lot of talk. And I don't mind, I can't stop talk. But when you hear sense, it's up to you to adjust yourself. And you hear the facts. So I give you the facts. But the L-shaped building, now named after stalwart educator Ella Dorothy Turnbull of the Elmo Stout High School, was refurbished by 4 local construction companies under the directorship of the Ministry of Finance and Dr. Drexel and his team. Through this project, we showed the world that once given an opportunity for our local contractors, what the local contractors in the construction industry and the Virgin Islands can deliver. The rest is history. They told us the project could not finish in time for September. It wouldn't finish until the next year. They told us our local contractors didn't have the capacity, of which Land Construction was one of them. But they finished in time for September and not January, February when it was scheduled. All of them finished on time, finished on budget, and now we know that the rest is history. And the one picture of the L-shaped building that stands out in all of our minds is the first day that the lights were turned on and those pictures went through the social media like wildfire. When the lights were turned on, what turned on was hope. Hope that our people can rise to another level. Hope that we have a brighter future because our people got us there. So it was just a few days ago that Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, announced that 8 contractors in the BVI received invitation to bid for the project to repair the Western Community Center, which serves as a primary emergency shelter for residents in the British Virgin Islands. We are all in this together, and we are indeed moving forward in BVI love. So I want to say to persons that we might not be able as yet to guarantee district by district these projects that are funded, that those district areas will get them. But one of the things in the district contractors will get them, but one of the things your government is going to do and keep pushing for is that some local contractor will be awarded those projects. And of course, if they're going to district area, they will make sure that they hire a few people in that area, because I know that Outland will do that when they go by Zion Hill and by Carrot Bay. I don't have to ask them. I know that. So I want to thank them in advance for hiring some people in the first district. But while I'm here, I want to remind you that the public health officials continue to work hard with you, the people, and for your symptoms that are flu-like, please help us to help each other. If you feel flu-like symptoms, call 852-7650. Once again, I congratulate the RDA, the people of this territory, and I thank my colleagues, Premier's Office, Ministry of Finance, Dr. Drexel Glasgow and his team under the Ministry of Finance and the Financial Secretary, Mr. McMaster and his team at RDA, the Deputy Governor's Office, the Governor, Cabinet, the contractors, and most importantly, the people of the Virgin Islands for your commitment. May God bless these projects, and may we all continue to move along stronger than ever. As strong as Virgin Gorda is going now, so will the rest of the Virgin Islands be with these projects under RDA and the rest of the government of the Virgin Islands. I thank you, and I look forward for water flowing and full of glory in the 4th District and other parts of the territory very soon. Thank you.